Hi, I'm Una Drake. I'm the Dating Fairy, and I help geeks, aspies, and outliers navigate dating and relationships so they can find love. Today I'm talking to you about sending messages. So, as an overview, the overall goals with sending messages within the context of online dating, there's three things I want you to keep in mind. One is pretty obvious. It's to open a conversation with someone that you're potentially interested in. Now, in opening this conversation, we're going to do a few things. First, it establishes availability. Now, with many women in online dating, they become unavailable quite quickly, even if their profile is still online. Many women, especially in cities like Seattle, where there's more men on the dating market than women, women get snapped up fast. It's a hard game for guys, especially younger men. And just because a woman has her profile active on a dating site, it certainly means that she's probably available, or probably available-ish, but does it mean that she's really available? That's a question to find out. That's one of the things that you're establishing in an initial conversation. If she's replying to you, then she's probably fairly available. She hasn't gotten involved in another relationship with someone else, or a sort of relationship, or a relationship that might become something, and she just hasn't taken down her profile yet. There's a lot of reasons why a woman might be available-ish, and you want to determine if she's really available or not. And also, if she replies back to you, then it's pretty assured that there's at least some mutual attraction there, which is good. That's what you want to establish. The second thing is to screen for sanity, authenticity, and just basic levels of compatibility. Beyond just, do I like her profile and does she like mine? Now, we're not going to go into this a lot. We don't expect a lot from just messaging. That's why you want to meet in person. But you can establish some basic levels. Is this someone that I even want to invest 20 minutes to an hour with, to get to meet in person? If they cross those basic thresholds, then you can move towards the, setting up a real life date. That's the real goal, is that there's thousands and thousands of profiles online. You want to narrow it down to the ones that you're, basically interested in, and then of those, how many are going to reply back to your messages, and then how many are going to progress through, say, 2-3 messages, and then land on an actual date. That's what you want to do, and you want to get through that process, hopefully as efficiently as possible, without losing your mind. Okay, so how do you write a basic first message? And this is a template I'm going to give you here that you can use over and over and over again. Now, I don't recommend sending the same message to every single person that you message. A lot of men try that, but in my opinion, it's a really bad strategy. It's very scattershot, and you're not going to get quality women, because quality women can see through that kind of BS in a minute. You do want to customize, and I'm going to show you how. Okay, so there's 3 basic elements with a first message. One, you have to have a greeting. My favorite, honestly, is just the basic, hey there. But you can use something that suits you. I know different areas of the country, different areas of the world, have different kind of colloquial expressions. You want to use something that's not too formal, that has a casual tone. So, but have a greeting. Again, hey there works well, at least in the Seattle area at this period of time. And then the second thing, you want to mention 1 or 2 things, specific things from this person's profile that you've decided to message. They should make these things not her looks, okay? If you're messaging a woman, we hope that you think she's attractive, okay? Otherwise you wouldn't bother messaging her. So don't tell her that she's beautiful. She already has, believe me. If she's alive and breathing on a dating site and she's female and 35 or under, she gets tons of messages telling her, hey, you're beautiful, you're hot. Don't do that. Don't be that guy, okay? Um, draw some other things from her profile that you can comment upon, all right? If she's a veterinarian assistant, then maybe she likes animals, so mention something about animals, or a pet, say, you like animals? That's really cool. I have a pet cat, blah, blah, blah. Say something specific to her profile about something that she's interested in, something that's unique-ish about her. A lot of women like animals, but not all do. Not all would mention that in their profile. So pick out something that caught your eye about her that has nothing to do with her physical appearance. And then ask a question. Why do you want to end your message with a question? It's because you want her to message you back. You don't want to just make a statement and leave it there. You want to give her a very clear, a very easy, and really, non-threatening, friendly way for her to reply. So asking a simple question is the best way to do that. You could say, what's your favorite place for sushi in Ballard, for example? Or you could say, what does your cat like to do during the day? My cat likes to bat around balls, or whatever it is, okay? But just ask a quick, simple question. Not anything too personal or too probing, but something that she can reply to in a clear, easy way. All right, a few other things to keep in mind to do with messages. On OkCupid at least, and if you are familiar with me and what I recommend, I do recommend the site OkCupid. OkCupid does have a red, yellow, green system on people's profiles. Red indicates that they don't reply to many of their messages. Yellow replies that they are somewhere in the middle. And green indicates that they reply to quite a few messages. They're actually pretty good about messaging people back. Now, what does this have to do with you? Well, if you're getting started and you're trying to build your messaging skills and you're trying to gain confidence, and or if you just want to, up your odds of getting a reply back, try messaging some people who have a little green bar by their profile. Because if they reply to other people's emails, they're probably going to reply to you too. Now, sometimes that green line indicates people who are newer to the system and or are not as attractive, or people who don't get as many messages for one reason or another. So that may be the case. You may look at some green bar people and say, I don't know, they just don't seem as interesting as some of these red bar people. And there could be obvious reasons for that. A lot of the red bar women are super, super attractive and they get flooded with messages. However, there's a lot of yellow and green bar women who are very attractive. Maybe they just don't have the best pictures of themselves up there, or maybe they're just presenting themselves in a way that's less overt or less obvious. And for whatever reason, their profile doesn't come across as attractive as some of the red bar people. However, if you're just want some practice and want to meet some women who are most likely very nice, try some green bar. Try messaging a green bar woman. Try it out. And then once you have messages coming in, if you get some replies, follow up. I recommend following up as soon as possible, 24 hours at the latest. Remember that especially in the Seattle area, women are in demand, and if you don't follow up, someone else is. Keep in mind that virtually any attractive, available woman, especially under 35, is getting messaged all the time. And if you aren't following up, someone else is. And even if you are following up, most likely she's in conversations with multiple other eligible men. And it takes persistence, and it takes some luck, honestly, but especially persistence to be able to kind of capture her attention and bring the process forward. So do follow up quickly, follow up within 24 hours at the very least. And again, your goal in this is to bring it to an actual date. So if you're messaging this woman, she doesn't disqualify herself by being, psycho or, just totally different from what you thought she was based on her profile, then by especially message about 3, you want to be suggesting that you get together for a coffee date. It is not in your best interest to be pen pals with anybody. You want to see if this is someone that you can actually date in person. And if you're going to be dating them in person, then you better meet them in person as soon as possible, because that's the only way that you can really determine if there's real, chemistry, if they're really who they say they are. I mean, almost anybody can present themselves strictly online as anyone. It's easy to do that. So you got to meet them in person, and the sooner the better. So best of luck. You can do this. Keep at it. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.